Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares. And it's Saturday. Slashback Saturday. This is the segment created by my very good friend Joe, the Horror Man, where he picks a theme, and we have to watch a slasher movie based on that theme. This week's theme is birthday, or the year you were born, slashers. And I'll explain that in a second. Now, I could have done Happy Birthday to Me, which was requested by a really good friend of mine, Andrew Ballina. But I didn't. Although, hint, hint, you will be seeing it in a day. I could have done Bloody Birthday. But because I'm old as dirt, and I was born in the year 1971, which is not a great year for a slasher film, I did want to do something from there. So the first movie I picked was The Night Evelyn Came Out of the Grave. And it's a pretty good slasher. The story's a little, I don't even know how to say it. Kind of crazy and just a little too much on the twist end for my liking. So I picked a different film. I picked The Black Belly of the Tarantula. Now, the reason why this is a year you were born / birthday video is because by the time you are seeing this, it will be my very good friend Joe, TheHORRORman's birthday. And I want to wish him a happy birthday. Hope he has a wonderful day. He is one of my very best friends on YouTube. My slash brother. And an awesome dude. Definitely check him out if you're not subscribed to him. Happy birthday, buddy. This one's for you. Now, The Black Belly of the Tarantula is a 1971 film, which runs approximately 98 minutes if you watch the uncut version, which I did. Now, this is directed by Paolo Cavera, who passed away on August the 7th, 1982, at the age of 56. He did Plot of Fear and The Ravine. Now, this movie's kind of special for me, not just because it's Joe's birthday, but because this has 3 Bond girls in it, technically. This has Claudine Auger as Laura. She was in Thunderball, which is a James Bond film, of course, and A Bay of Blood, which is absolutely fantastic. This has Barbara Bach as Jenny. She was in The Spy Who Loved Me, of course, a Bond film. And Barbara Boucher as Maria Zani. She was in Casino Royale. And I'm not talking about the new one, I'm talking about the one with Peter Sellers, which is a comedy. Most people don't consider it a Bond film. I'm kind of on the fence with it. My buddy Brad, Bronco Juggalo, and I are both huge Bond film freaks, fans, whatever you want to call us. And we didn't really include it when we did our ranking, but it is a Bond film for better or worse. And she did play Moneypenny. She also played in another film I watched this week for the very first time called The Red Queen Kills 7 Times, which is a lot of fun. Unfortunately, it was made in 1972, which is a year after I was born. So, as I said before, this is 89 minutes if you watch the cut version, 98 minutes if you watch the uncut version, which this Blue Underground video is. And I'm not going to give you too much about the story. I'm going to give you some. Now, this is about a killer who kind of imitates a wasp. And what I mean by that is when he's killing his prey. The wasp is said to be the only one that can kill a tarantula, or a venomous spider. What it does is it stings the spider and paralyzes it. It then proceeds to rip open its belly where it lays its larva, and while the spider is paralyzed, the larvae hatch and eat the spider from within. Pretty cool, huh? Now, what this killer does is he or she takes a acupuncture needle, which is the biggest freaking acupuncture needle I have ever seen, if I'm going to be honest, sticks it in the back of the victim's neck, all women, which paralyzes them. He or she then takes a knife, rips open their clothes, exposing everything pretty much, slits their belly, and leaves them for the police. Now, this is basically about a spa whose customers are getting picked off one by one. And that's about as far as I'm going to go with it. An interesting thing about the film is Ennio Morricone actually did the soundtrack for this, and the main theme is of a vocalist exhaling. It's a very odd score, but it works well, I think, with the film. Now, as I was talking to my good buddy, who is now a birthday boy, Joe, I actually told him I watched this a few years ago, but I fell asleep probably 20 or 30 minutes into it. To which he replied, "That's probably not a good sign." So, I watched it the entire way this time, and I can honestly say that I was just tired because this has now become my favorite giallo. This movie is brilliant. It's gory. It is a really cool story, and I had an absolute great time with it. It's such a fun movie. This gets one of my highest recommendations. If you're not a giallo fan, try this one. You might like it. I did. It's not a slow movie. Like I said, I was just tired, I think. So, the story behind this is, we had gotten a free channel with Comcast years ago. I'm going to make this one a quick one. And this channel had a bunch of movies that I've always wanted to see. A lot were giallos, some were slashers, and with me, when we had the free channel, we only had it for the weekend, I tried to cram as many movies as I could, free movies, as I could in that weekend. After a while, you get a little tired. So, yeah, that's kind of why I fell asleep in this. This is now my favorite giallo. I love this film. Very underrated. You really don't hear many people talk about it. I'm definitely going to give this one a high recommendation. But definitely check out The Birthday Boy to see what he picked this week. Happy birthday again, Joe. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.